Mystery Blanket Club knitters, and welcome to the third instalment, the April instalment of the 2021 Mystery Blanket Club. I've received lots of very lovely emails from you this month telling me how much you're enjoying the project, how helpful the video techniques are. So it's really good to hear that so far it seems to be going down really well with you all. This month you have 5 squares to knit. In February you began with 3, in March you had 4, and this month you have 5, and going forward now you will have 5 or 6 squares a month to knit. So this month there are a few new techniques. If I look here at the mail out, let's just check that list of what you're knitting up this month. So if I go to the contents list on page 2, you have square 10 Lady Zubida, which is a cabled square with cables on wrong side and right side rows. You have square 17 Bedecked, which is full of lots of different techniques. There's beads, there's lots of colour, there's some knitted in braids. It's a very exciting square, which I really hope you enjoy knitting. Then you have 2 King's Palace squares. Now, you might be starting to notice over the 3 mail outs that you've now had that the King's Palace is starting to create a little bit of a pattern around the edge of the blanket. So there's more of them to come, so do expect to have a couple of these at least in each mail out that you receive, probably 1 to 2 in each mail out. And then square 37 is a square that has an option. So you can choose option 1 or option 2. It's called Magic Carpet 2. It's fairly similar to square 10, although it is actually a different pattern. Let's just check, yeah. Sorry, not square 10, square 9, which was Magic Carpet 1. You can choose either option really for square 37. You can, if you knitted option 1 for square 9, you could opt to also go for option 1 for square 37, or you could, if you want to, knit option 2 for square 37, even if you knitted option 1 for square 9. They don't have to match, in other words. It's up to you. You can mix and match a bit. There will be other squares in the design where it is important to knit the same option, but with this one it actually doesn't matter. So I'm going to leave that up to you, and you can do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel is right for your blanket. So video demos then. I have filmed a few more for you this month to help you with the techniques in the April mail out, and they include how to cable on right side and wrong side rows, how to weave in, which is used in the ferrule technique. I showed you stranding last month, but this month you'll need an extra technique if you're going to knit square 37 option 1. And I also have a little trick for carrying yarns neatly up the side of your work. It's so important to keep the edges of your work as neat as you can. I know it's hard. It's hard with some of the stitch patterns, lots of colours going on, but do try to make them as neat as possible. And when you're carrying yarns up the side of the work, that's the trick that I'm going to show you. It's just something really small that you can do, and it will help the edges of your work. I've also been asked about, do I knit the first and last stitch of my rows? I do on most of my squares. Again, this is to make the edges as neat as possible. The only time I don't do it though is if I'm carrying yarns up the side of the work, because I find that if I carry yarns up the side of the work and I knit the first and last stitch of every row, it then actually becomes untidy. So that's the only time that I don't do it. Okay, so just a couple of things. The printed patterns were posted to the overseas members on the 22nd of March. Now, this is a little bit later than what I would have really liked for them to have gone out, but we had a slight delay at the printers. They are obviously following COVID guidelines at the moment on limited staff, so they didn't get the patterns out to me as quickly as I had hoped. Some post is actually arriving to our overseas destinations within a week. So I just keep my fingers crossed that you don't have to wait at all or not too long. The UK patterns went out a couple of days ago, so hopefully UK members, you'll have your patterns soon too. I'd just like to point out one other thing in this is in the printed mail out, and this is to do with Square 10 Lady Zubida, this cabled square. Now, if I show you here the printed, you can probably just about see printed mail out, and it's also on the front cover. It's a real deep saturation of that amethyst colour, and unfortunately in the printed mail out it has come out quite dark, so much so in fact that you can't really see the detail, so I do apologise for that. You might be able to see the detail more clearly on your computer screens or your iPads or your Kindles, whatever you read your patterns on, but in the mail out, the printed one, it is a little dark. So I would suggest that what you do is you're going to work from the worded pattern or the charted pattern anyway. And on page 8, if you take a look at the chart there, you can see exactly what's happening with the cables there, where they're twisting backwards and forwards. So use that obviously to work from, and you'll be fine with it. It's just the picture is a bit dark. I've had lots of really lovely emails this month, and it's really good to hear from you all, to hear how you're getting on. Not too many correct guesses at the moment. Have you guessed it yet? Do you know what the theme is? There could be some clues this month when you knit up the squares. Don't worry if you haven't guessed it. You can guess for the next 7 months if you want to. I just hope you're having fun knitting it up. You will be receiving in your June parcel a little envelope that will have a woven label in with the name of it on. You might want to sneakily have a look at it, or you might want to keep it a mystery to the end of the project. I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, do send me your guesses. If you have any ideas this month of what it might be, then send me an email, and I'll answer you and let you know. And then you never know, if you get it right, then with your permission, you will be included in the next blog as guessing it correctly. Now, it's good to hear that your pets, your lovely furry friends, are also continuing to enjoy the mystery blanket, and included in some of the member stories this month, there is a really lovely story from Jill Stewart, whose gorgeous cat Benji, who is a ragamuffin, which I never heard of before. I've heard of a ragdoll, and apparently it's the cousin of the ragdoll. Gorgeous cat who got into some mischief with Jill's mystery blanket yarn. So there's a little story to read there, and it really is great fun to read all your tips, advice, stories, what you've been up to with your mystery blanket squares. So do keep sending those in, because they're great fun to read, and great fun to share with the other members too. I'm really excited to let you know that there are going to be a couple of new things in our online shop. The first is the Merino Light DK yarn that you're using for your blanket. It is going to be made available in our online shop. And the really good news for Mystery Blanket Club members is that you get 20% off permanently, forever, for every ball that you buy. We're going to give you a discount code for that you just pop in the box at checkout, and you'll get your discount. We have lots of it in our warehouse, so if you feel like you'd like to have a go with some more, purchase some more, then it will be there. It's probably there now in the shop. The autumn bag, which was launched back in, I think, September, October time last year, I have recoloured it, and it is going to be available very soon as a kit called Summer Bag, and it's in a crisp nautical palette, perfect to pack away all your holiday bits and pieces if you're going away for a little break or just out for the day. So that's going to be available soon. Brand new colours, brand new colour beads and yarns, cotton glacé, Roan cotton glacé, which is gorgeous yarn. So that's going to be available. So there's a few things there to keep you excited. I have got other things in the pipeline, including an additional cushion to add to the Hyacinth lace cushion collection. That's still being sort of test knitted and sampled up at the moment. Won't be available just yet, but it will be in the next few months. And dare I say it, I'll be thinking about my Christmas kits too, and adding something to my beloved Christmas kits, which I love designing, I love knitting up. They won't be in the shop quite yet either, but it's something that's on my to-do list and I will be working on very soon. Just one final thing then, before I zoom off. The mystery cushion has almost sold out. In fact, as you're listening to this, it may have already sold out. We've just literally got a few places left. Thank you to everybody that has signed up. It's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. It's very, very, very different to the blanket. Different yarns, whole different feel, mood, look and everything. So hopefully it'll be a little bit of a welcome break from all these vibrant colours and all this very sort of busy design. This is going to be a really relaxed, laid-back design, which you can sort of indulge yourself in. As I said, thanks for signing up to that if you have. If you haven't, you might be able to grab a last space if you move very, very quickly and go to our online shop. That is it from me this month. I hope that you enjoy the squares this month. I also hope that you, wherever you are in the world, and whether you celebrate Easter or not, whether you have a lovely break. Things seem to be looking up in the world now, generally. I know some people are still having very tough times, but the weather here in the UK anyway is significantly better. The sun is out, always makes everybody feel so much better. And hopefully knitting up your squares this month will keep you busy, keep you focused and keep you happy. So have a great month and I will see you back here at the beginning of May. Have fun.